Everybody, welcome back to Spirit Filled, the podcast that's not a podcast at all. I'm Zach.
And I'm Ryan.
And
Whoa! Who's that?
I'm Justin.
just appeared out of nowhere. Do you have any idea what we're doing in this video?
It looks like we're checking out 1792's brand new Cognac Finish.
Oh, nice. Well, let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome back to Spirit Filled USA. We are on episode number 4.
Numero cuatro.
And you noticed in the intro, we're joined by a new guy, Justin. Justin, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Hi, I've lived in West Virginia for the majority of my life, originally hailing from the foothills of North Carolina. Been in Morgantown for about 5 or 6 years now. But yeah, Appalachia all the way.
Justin, we have explained about the bottle that got us into whiskey and bourbon. What was that OG bottle for you?
It's a funny story. It was a bottle of Jim Beam that my wife used for cooking, believe it or not. I had followed a few Instagram and social media folks online for coffee over the years, and that ended up leading me to someone who got into bourbon, and that was the only bottle that we had in the cabinet at the time. But the bottle that we got after that really set me off was probably a little 375 ml of Woodford Reserve.
So you had the coffee to bourbon pipeline.
Yeah.
That's your journey.
Yep.
I've not heard that one before.
It was an interesting one. A gentleman by the name of Brian Bikey ended up following him for a number of years for a coffee podcast he had done. He moved to Louisville to work for a coffee roaster there named Quills and got involved with a lot of bourbon companies. And he's done a lot of big stuff since then.
Yeah. Be interested to know, all people out there, what was your OG bottle? Mm-hmm. What got you? What started your journey? What was that first bottle that you took a sip and was like, I'm hooked. This is it. Absolutely. We all have that one.
Leave in the comments for sure.
And so I guess moral of the story is everybody needs at least one bottle of whiskey in their kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to have some cooking whiskey.
The older the better. Yeah.
Or lots of cooking whiskey that you never cook with.
Laundry whiskey or
lounging whiskey.
Lawn care whiskey.
Music listening whiskey.
Shower whiskey. Yes.
So I think we're excited because we're doing a brand new 1792 release. Anything new from Barton Distillery, I'm here for. Mm-hmm. They don't always come out with a ton of new stuff. They're repeating a lot of like the classics, but we got a new one. I've heard it's really good. I'm ready to get into it, but like, I guess we got to cover some bases first. I mean, Cognac Finish, great choice. Others have been doing that recently. Yeah. I feel like you're up on the Cognac Finishes.
Sure. It's been a bit more of a recent trend, I feel. We've seen a couple of brands do some Cognac Finishes here within just the last recent months. Penelope has done one, along with Pursuit putting out one very recently. You've got some brands that have done them for a bit longer. Bellmead has had a Cognac Finish. I don't think they do it year-round, but it's something that they've done for quite a few years through Nelson's Greenbrier in Tennessee.
And if you're not familiar with 1792 Distillery, it's, of course, out of Bardstown, Kentucky, the whiskey capital of the world. And so I think Sazerac maybe bought them in 2009. And the bottles that you'll regularly see on the shelves are their small batch. You know, you'll find that basically in any liquor store in any state that sell 1792 bottles. And then they're, foolproof, bottled in bond, single barrel. And I've been noticing there's been a ton of barrel selects out there right now.
Yeah, the store picks for 1792, especially the bottle and bond and the foolproof. Mm-hmm. I feel like there's a number of stores that even have both of them anymore. And sometimes they're a little hit or miss. Usually good. But the single barrel version of this, more often than not, is really nice. I have a bottle right now that's open that probably won't be open and available for much longer because it's really nice. Also, I'm a big fan of their sweet wheats.
Oh, yes.
That's a polarizing one. I get it. Proof hounds may not love that, but I love it. I'm a fan of that. And the 12-year is pretty fantastic. Big fan of that one. If you like the oak, this is where it's at.
What I'm excited about is, in addition to Cognac, they're doing sort of their extended aged or extended cask sort of series coming out, which is rum, White Zin, and
Wow.
Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir.
And so
yeah, that Pinot Noir sounds so interesting. I don't
it
know
does.
another Pinot Noir finish.
Not something you see very much, so making strides.
It's gonna be amazing or not amazing.
We'll see.
yeah, tune in episode I don't know, 23 maybe. We'll
have to.
Let's place it back. Which one of us can get our hands on one of those first?
Also, which one of us knows 23 in Spanish?
Yeah, who knows? I also saw there's a label for a 15-year that's going to be a limited release from 1792 before too long.
It might be a little.
That
more
sounds
refined.
amazing. Sign me up for that if it's less than $200, which who knows. 1792 does great on their pricing.
Yeah,
They do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you can normally find foolproof for $50, single barrel $40-$50. I think MSRP on their sweet weed is probably like 70, 69. You'd be hard pressed to find that. But it's not they don't jack their prices up, or liquor stores don't inflate the prices like they do some releases.
Yeah, and I guess the trade-off is they stopped doing like tours and allowing the public into the distillery.
Oh,
so like
interesting.
I would love to do that, but we'll take it as a trade-off for them to get out enough volume that it makes these things available and maybe keeps the price down a little bit. So I guess we'll take that 1792 if that's the trade we got to make.
Yep.
We're willing to make it. All right, I don't want to wait anymore. We need to get in and try this, get around to tasting it, and get our rankings. Oh my gosh. On the beginning, I'm struggling a little bit, but it's making its way forward. Yeah, okay. The fruitiness, I'm looking for the grape. I confess, that's what I'm looking for.
Cognac.
I've been drinking a little bit of cognac recently, and like that white grape is so prominent on there.
Yeah.
I feel like it's faint, but it's there. But there's some like biscuity sweetness in there, and some fruit.
I'm smelling some banana.
I feel like I get banana more than I get grape, at least on the nose.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably biasing my brain, but I feel like I get like a little bit of like before it's cut, like grape skin or something. It's really faint.
Sure, grape skin would make sense.
It's a thing.
It is. It's part of the fruit. I get a little bit of an herbal note as well. Maybe basil or something like that on the nose.
I can see that.
I think for being 95 proof, I mean, I think the nose it's punching above its weight.
I could see that. The nose is there. Try it, because that's really interesting.
Okay.
At least I got kind of a wild note. I will say, it comes with some sweetness, and there's some fruit there, and then there's a rye spice that follows up towards the back, which really balances it out. I feel like if the rye spice wasn't there, it might not hit.
This is probably a good call on 1792's part for using their higher rye mash bill in this.
It's a great balancing factor.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I'm getting some vanilla on the palate.
I could see that. Yeah,
Some
yeah,
vanilla.
almost like a little bit. It's kind of like a vanilla custardy kind of thing because it's a little bit creamy. Like the viscosity is nice.
I get a little bit of the grape on the palate here and cream, almost like a fruit salad with grapes.
Mm-hmm. Oh man. Okay. I've got some weird notes on this. Let's do our rankings. Ryan, how do we do the rankings here on Spirit Filled?
If you haven't tuned in yet, we do a communion wafer rate ranking system for 1 through 5. Zach is a ordained minister, and so just a little play off that, we do communion wafers 1 through 5. And so basically the midpoint 3 is, hey, you need to buy it, you need to try it. 5 is buy every single one you can get your hands on. 1, stay away from. 2, maybe try with friends, or
Try before you buy. Yeah, that rule. And 4 is probably get it back up.
Yeah,
Probably
absolutely.
get it back up if you can find it.
And so on the nose, what are we thinking on the nose?
So I feel like I want to go for about a 3 on the nose. It's like in that average, just slightly above average category for me. A little bit of complexity, but it's not crazy.
It's I'm at like a 3.5, just because I think the nose is pretty layered just for it being a 95 proof. So that's why I'm going with a 3.5.
I'll have to agree with Zach and give it a 3 on the nose. I think it's good. It's a solid nose, but it's not overly complex. I'm maybe getting 3 things roughly out of it.
Yeah, nice. So we're going to go with a 3 overall. That's the voting democracy.
We're a democratic republic of the bourbon basement here.
Here we go.
Listen, the Presbyterian Church, which I'm ordained in, is very democratic. It's a democratic institution. Okay. Okay. I get a wild flavor note.
I'm still just getting like banana, vanilla.
You're getting banana on the
Yeah,
palate.
I have not gotten anywhere else. I'm with you with like that kind of like a creamy vanilla kind of a note. I feel like it's a little biscuity, maybe.
Okay.
A little bit of like a biscuit note, but I'm getting blueberry. I
So like a
do
blueberry
not get
cobbler.
that. Yeah, it's like a blueberry cobbler, out and out. And the more sips I take, the more my brain is like, there's a blueberry in the glass. I don't know why, but that's what I'm getting, which is super interesting to me. Then there's like that little rye spice and like almost an herbal kick on the end. So like, I like it. I'm doing a 3.5, maybe pushing a 4, because it's just so unique and different. So I might go to 4 just because I really enjoyed that note, and I don't get it in anything else that I've had recently.
I'd say 3.5 all day, every day.
I think I would agree. 3.5, maybe I'm with Zach pushing a 4. This is an excellent palate. I'm not getting so much of the blueberry. I'm not getting too much banana, but I am getting some of the grape and, like I said, some of the cream, almost like a fruit salad. But then that rye spice comes in, and it's like somebody took a pepper grinder on top of that fruit salad, which sounds crazy, but it's pretty good. And then some of those herbal notes come back. Perhaps some of the basil that I got in the nose is coming back there towards the end of it. I'm between 3.5 and 4. I think probably leaning harder towards a 4.
Yeah. So I feel like we're finishing at a 3.5 there, right? Is that the
Were you
consensus?
3.5 or 4?
I was 3.5. I gave it a 4. What'd you give it?
So I think we're at a 4.
We're at a 4.
Yeah.
We'll eventually land the plane.
Yeah.
All right. How about the finish? I mean, I am inclined to push the finish a little bit. It's not crazy, but again, like it's got the balance of the rye spice at the end, which gives a little extra, and the viscosity, the mouthfeel on it for a 95 proofer is pretty phenomenal. I think it's been promoted to the big leagues for what its proof is. So I'm inclined to push it to like a 3.5, maybe like 3.35, right in that area for me.
So I think that's the finish is probably where it comes the shortest for me. I'd say a 3 on my end. It's just not much there. But then again, maybe it's the fact that it's a high rye mash bill. I'm not a big rye guy.
Sure.
So I don't know. I'd say it's a 3.
Yeah, I would say that the finish for me is a bit worse than the palate, but based on context for me, it changes a little bit. So if I just consider this as just a whiskey, I would say 3. It's not a super complex or layered finish, but if I consider that this is a cognac finish, I might say a 3.5, because the balance that the rye gives on the exit of this sip is excellent. That rye spice kick at the end really balances this out. So I'm between a 3 and a 3.5, I think.
Oh, I don't know what our final score is then. It's either a 3 or a 3.5. 1, 2, 3, vote.
3.5.
3.5. We'll go.
So I think
we'll
guys
be
were
generous and go to that. We were in between.
3.5. And so overall,
here we go.
overall, and so on our overall, we take value into consideration. Of course, we paid a little more over retail for this, but I think it retails for under $40.
Wow.
If and where you can find it. And so taking that into consideration might move the needle a little bit. But I'm still in that 3.5 range overall.
Yeah, see that value category changes things for how I think about this. And again, I'm getting biased on this because it's giving me such a unique flavor note that I just can't get anywhere else. So I'm definitely going for a 4 on the overall for this.
I'd have to agree with you, Zach. 4 on this one all day, particularly for the price. You just don't get a flavor this unique out of a $35 to $40 bottle. It's very uncommon.
Well done.
There we have it. A 4 overall.
4
communion
overall.
wafers.
Jesus is well pleased by this.
All right, everybody. That's been the 1792 Cognac Finish. 4 out of 5. This bottle definitely punches above its weight, especially at the price point. Fellas, thanks for letting me join the Spirit-Filled crew. This has been a blast. I look forward to joining you on future episodes.
Yeah, great to have you on with us, Justin. And we appreciate you tuning in to the 4th episode of Spirit Filled USA. And until we gather again,
We'll be with you in spirit.
cheers.